Good morning, students. Let's start with the full sum of dissolution. Illustration number 21, page number 8.34 of T.S. Grewal. A, B, C were partners sharing profits in the ratio of 3:1:1. Underline that 3:1:1. On 31st March 2020, they decided to dissolve the firm. On that date, the balance sheet we are given here. Balance sheet of the firm given here and the adjustment. So in dissolution, remember that need not to take the any adjustment. What we are asked to prepare here? We are asked to prepare realization account, loan by A account. Here A is the partner, that's why we need to prepare A's loan account, cash account and partner's capital account. Okay, so remember that in dissolution you need to prepare realization account, partner's capital account and cash account, and if any partner's loan is given, then prepare the partner's loan account. Okay, so I will start with the liability side. First of all, we will transfer the balance sheet, all the balances given in the balance sheet, transfer in that respective ledgers. So first let's see from the liability side, creditors 60,000 transferred to credit side of the realization account by creditors. How much? 60,000. Then loan of the third party is also our liability transferred to the realization account credit side by loan 15,000. Then loan by A, we will transfer the balance of the A's loan account in that A's loan ledger on the credit side by balance brought down. The balance of the loan or loan from A, that is 1 lakh. Is it clear? Then we are given the capital accounts, balances of the capital account. We will transfer the balances to the capital account credit side by balance brought down. A 275, 2,75,000. B 1 lakh rupee, and then C 70,000. Okay. Then let's move to the asset sides. We are given the cash balance 32,000 transferred to the cash bank account debit side. As we know that all the assets have the debit balance. So balance brought down 32,000. Cash balance. Then debtors minus provision for doubtful debtors we are given here, PDD. So the balance of the debtors transferred to the debit side of realization account as an asset. So all the assets will be listed here. So assets account. First debtors, we will take the book value. Debtors 2,62,000 and the PDD we are given. Provision for doubtful debts transferred to the credit side of realization account. As we know that all the liabilities and provisions should be transferred to the credit side of realization account. Provision for doubtful debts. That is 12,000. Okay, then stock in trade. All the assets should be listed here. Stock 78,000. Furniture 10,000. Please pay your attention here. Computer 80,000. Sundry assets 1,70,000. So total of these goes to outside 262, 78, 340, 350, 530, 430, 430 and 170, that is 6 lakh. So 2,62,000, 3,40,000, 3,50,000, 4,30,000 and 170, that is 6 lakh. Okay. Now let's start with the adjustment. The first adjustment here again. Listen me very carefully. The balance sheet. The balance is given in the balance sheet transferred to the respective ledgers. Okay, and then we will go for the realization or release of assets and then payment to liabilities. So first of all, let's start with the first adjustment. A took computer at its book value in settlement of his loan. Here we are given the computer 80,000 and A's loan is rupees 1 lakh. So A is ready to take over that computer at its book value. That means A's capital account debited to realization account. So by A's loan account, computer, how much? 80,000. Here A's loan account debited to realization account, computer 80,000. Now that means what? A's loan account is closed. He has taken computer for full settlement of his loan of rupees 1 lakh. That means here for the loan of rupees 1 lakh we have given him computer of rupees 80,000. That means the firm has gained rupees 20,000. That should be transferred to realization account. To realization account, gain 20,000. How much? 20,000. 1 lakh minus 80,000. That is, so gain by A's loan account or by gain, how much? 20,000. So total you can see that 1 lakh of the loan paid. Okay. Now the second adjustment, A took furniture at rupees 8,000 and debtors of rupees 2 lakh at 1,72,000. So A is ready to take furniture at rupees 8,000 and debtors of rupees 2 lakh at rupees 1,72,000. That means A's capital account debited to realization account. So realization account credit side by A's capital account. Furniture 8,000. Debtors of rupees 2 lakh. Remember that, not the total debtors, only the debtors of rupees 2 lakh at 1,72,000. So the total is 1,80,000. The second effect of this, debit side of A's capital account. So to realization account, 1,80,000 in A's column. Let's see the creditors of rupees 60,000 to be paid by him at this amount. Even A was ready to pay 60,000 to the creditors. So creditors will be paid by A. That means what? Realization account debited to A's capital. So debit side of realization account is capital account, creditors. How much? 60,000. So this, the second effect of this is on the credit side of capital account by realization account. He was ready to pay this 60,000 to the creditors. Then third adjustment, B took stock in trade at rupees 70,000 and some of the sundry debtors. Here, before we move forward for the third adjustment, let's see again the second adjustment. A took furniture at rupees 8,000 and debtors of rupees 2 lakh, only of rupees 2 lakh, not the full debtors. That means we had the debtors of 2,62,000. Out of that, debtors of rupees 2 lakh were taken over by A at rupees 1,72,000. So there are remaining debtors is 62,000. We will see that what happened with that debtors. Okay. Third transaction, B took stock in trade at rupees 70,000. So B is the receiver. B's capital account debited to realization account. B's capital account. Stock 70,000 and sum of the sundry assets. We are not given that the sundry assets, how much sundry asset, the book value of the sundry asset taken over by the B, but we are given that release value of sundry asset, that is 72,000. So we need to find out the book value of these sundry assets. So outer column 1,42,000. The second effect of this is what? B's capital account debited. So on the debit side of B's capital account here, to realize an account, to B's capital account debited to realize an account 1,42,000. Is it clear? We are given that the sum of the sundry assets at rupees 72,000 in bracket being 10% less than book value. So let's see the book value of the sundry assets taken over by B. So we will calculate that book value of sundry assets taken over by B. Okay, we are given that the release value 72,000 or agreed value 72,000 is what? Underline that. In bracket we are given being 10% less than book value. That means what? Whatever the agreed value we are given is 10% less than the book value. That means what? The agreed value is 90%. So less than 10% of book value, agreed value is. That means what? 90% is equal to how much? We are given 72,000. How this 90% come? This 72,000, the agreed value of the sundry assets is, we are given that being 10% less than book value. That means this 72,000 is 10% less than its book value. ये 72,000 उसका बुक वैल्यू से 10% कम है. That means what? This 72,000 is 90% of book value. So 90% is equal to 72,000. Then 100% is equal to how much? So this is 72,000 into 100 by 90 is equal to 80,000. Okay. So B has taken over the stock sundry assets of book value 80,000 at rupees 72,000, that is 10% less than its book value. Is it clear? Now let's see the fourth adjustment. You must remember that there was sundry assets of rupees 170. Out of that, the sundry assets of 80,000 was only taken over by B. So there is some remaining balance of sundry assets. So remaining sundry assets is equal to what? Remaining sundry assets is equal to 1,70,000 minus 80,000 is equal to 90,000. Is equal to big. Is equal to, okay, is it clear? Is it visible? Okay. So let's see that the fourth adjustment. C took the remaining sundry assets at 90% of the book value. That means the remaining sundry assets was taken over by C. Sundry assets taken over by C. At 90% of the book value less 1000 as discount. That means what? At the rate 90% of book value minus 1000. So is equal to 90% of 90,000 minus 1000 is equal to 81,000 minus 1000. 81,000 is what? 90% of 90,000. So C has taken over the sundry assets at rupees 80,000. So realization account credit side, C is the receiver. So by C's capital account debited to realization account sundry assets, remaining sundry assets at rupees 80,000, at rupees 80,000. Second effect of this, debit side of the capital account, C's capital account 80,000 to realization account. Okay, now we are given that assume the liability of a loan together with accrued interest of rupees 300 which was not recorded in the books. C was ready to pay this loan with accrued interest. So realization account debited to C's capital account, to C's capital account. Loan of rupees 15,000 and its accrued interest 300. So C was ready to pay 15,300. The second effect of the transaction, credit side of capital account, in C's column 15,300. Realization account debited to C's capital account. Is it clear? Okay. Now let's see the last entry, last adjustment. The expense of dissolution were 2,700. Expense of dissolution was paid 2,700. Realization account debited to cash bank account. Realization expenses or dissolution expenses, you can say that 2,700. Second effect of this, cash bank account credited as we paid this by realization account. Expenses paid, how much? 2,700. Then the last point, the remaining debtors, as I told you that the debtors of 2 lakh were taken over by A at rupees 1,72,000, but the debtors was 262. Out of that, only of debtors of rupees 2 lakh was taken over by A. That means there were some remaining debtors. So remaining debtors is equal to what? Total 262 minus taken over by A, the book value of the debtors taken over by A, that is 2 lakh rupees. So the remaining debtors is 62,000, and that was sold to a debt collecting agency for 50,000 of the book value. Sold to debt collecting agency at the rate 50%, that is 31,000. 50% of 62,000. So we will receive the amount by cash bank account. So cash bank account debited to realization account. So by cash bank account, remaining debtors 31,000. Is it clear? Okay. So the adjustment, let's see again. First adjustment over, second, okay, third, fourth, fifth. Okay. So now the total of these, first of all we will close this realization account. Total of debit side of realization, I think it is more than that of credit side. 6,60,000 and 18,000. 6,78,000. Here 678. Total of credit side 60, 75, 87, 167, 187, 287, 367, 369, 49, 59, 589 and 620. So the remaining balance is 58,000. That is loss. As we know that the total of debit side is more than that of credit side, that means what we incurred loss transferred to partners capital account in their profit sharing ratio A, B and C. So the profit sharing ratio is 3:1:1. So A 3, that is 34,800, 11,600 and 11,600. The second effect of this loss transfer to capital account on the debit side, realization account loss 34,800, 11,600 and 11,600. Is it clear? Okay. Now close the capital account. First of all, A is total. Credit side is more than that of debit side. 3,35,000. 3,35,000. Out of that, we will subtract this 1,80,000 plus 34,800. That is 2,14,800. 2,14,800. So the 1,20,200 that will be paid to A, cash bank account. The second effect of this cash bank account credit side by A's capital account, 1,20,200. Now B total of debit side, B's capital account is more than of the credit side, 1,53,600. Here 1,53,600. The difference is 53,600. Deficiency of B's capital account B will bring in. So B's capital account credit. So by cash bank account, $53,600. Here to cash bank credit side, debit side, to B's capital account 53,600. Let's see the C's capital account debit side total is more than that of credit side, I think. So 91,600. Here on the debit side it is 90,300. That means what? 85,300. So 6,300 is the difference deficiency of the C's capital account. C will bring in rupees 6,300 to C's capital account. 6,300. As we know that this is the dissolution of the firm. That means what? There will not be the cash or bank balance now. So the total of the cash balance should be equal. So okay, the total of the cash bank account should be equal. So total of the cash account 900, 213,366, 20, 12 plus 1. So it would be what? 5 plus 6, 11 plus 1, 12. 1,22,900. Credit side 900, 1,22,900. So you can see that the cash bank account is balanced. Okay, So we can say that our sum is perfectly all right.